Hi there, in this video I'm going to do a past exam question on differentiation. So let's take a look at this question. Question number 5, part A. Write 2 square root of x plus 3 over x in the form 2x to the power of p plus 3x to the power of q, where p and q are constants. So let's think about this problem. Let's have a go. Back to the paper and pen. So we have this term 2 square root of x plus 3 divided by x. So provided that you have plus or minus as part of your numerator over here, we can divide this fraction into 2 separate fractions. So I have a plus, so it doesn't matter whether you've got a plus or a minus, so only if you have a plus or a minus here, you can separate this into 2 fractions. So we can write this as 2 and square root of x is the same as x to the power of half divided by x plus 3 divided by x. So you can divide each term in the numerator by the denominator term. Now remember, in indices, if the base terms are the same, we can subtract powers. So remember the indices rule. If we're dividing x to the a by x to the power b, we're going to have x to the power a minus b. So if we're dividing 2 terms having the same base, we subtract the powers. So applying this result here, I'll have 2. So x to the power of half divided by x to the power of 1 is the same as x to the power of half minus 1. That is x to the power minus half. So it's top power minus bottom power. Plus, so a plus. Let me leave the 3 as it is. And remember, 1 over x to the power of n is the same as x to the minus n. So if you bring any term up, the sign of the power is going to change. So 1 over x is x to the power minus 1. So this should be the solution to the very first part, part A. So let's go back to the screenshot. So it says given that y, so in part B, y is 5x minus 7 plus 2 root x plus 3 all over x, where x is bigger than 0. We need to find dy over dx, simplifying the coefficients of each term. So let's think about this problem. Let's go back to the paper and pen. Now, here is the equation for y. Now, if you cast your eyes to this term here, we already simplified that. So this term and this term are the same, and we simplified that term in part A. That simplifies to this term here. So as a result, let me rewrite this equation for y as 5x minus 7 plus, and we simplified this term and it gave us 2x to the minus half plus 3x to the minus 1. So this is what we have for y as a result of the answer to this term. So going back to the question, we need to calculate dy over dx. So back to the paper and pen. So for dy over dx, we need to multiply by the power and subtract 1 from the power. So if I differentiate 5x, it's 5. Derivative of any constant is 0. So when I differentiate the constant minus 7, that is 0. If I differentiate 2x to the minus half, if you multiply by the power, minus half times plus 2 is minus 1, so it's a minus 1x. But if you subtract 1 from the power, minus half minus 1 is minus 3 over 2. And if you differentiate that final term, multiply by the power, minus 1 times plus 3 is minus 3. Subtracting 1 from the power, minus 1 minus 1 is minus 2. So that is what you should have for dy over dx. Now, if you're not sure about differentiation, I have created a video explaining the process, and I'll provide a link to that video in the description below. However, that is the solution to part B, and that ends this question. That also sadly ends this video, so I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, a like rating is very much appreciated. Do plenty of practice related problems, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.